Hi students, this is AJ sir. Let's study 9th standard ICSE Math, exercise 5C, 5D and 5E. Now in exercise 5C, we shall use the formula x square minus y square is equal to x plus y, x minus y. So if you look at the second sum, this will become a squared and this is b squared. So a square minus b square is a plus b, a minus b. Now open the brackets, a plus 2a is 3a, and again open the brackets, so this sign will change. Now 3 can be taken out common, so do that. And here the negative sign can be taken out, so take out minus 1 common, so that only positive signs remain inside the bracket. When you remove the minus 1 out common, shift it to the beginning, and 3 into minus 1 is minus 3. So this is the final answer. Now in the fourth sum, I see that 25 and 81 are perfect squares. So the first thing we'll do here is convert that into a square. So this will become 5 the whole squared, and this will become 9b the whole squared. So now it is converted into the format a square minus b square. Open the inner brackets, so again it is still in the format a squared minus b squared. So now use the formula a plus b, a minus b. Like terms together, solve. Whenever you can remove something common, do that. So even here remove 2 common. Now 2 into 2 is 4, so that is what is written in the end. Sixth sum. The moment I see something common, I take it out, common. So here b was common, so take it out. What is left is 4a square minus 9b squared, which are perfect squares. So convert them in the format a squared minus b squared, because now we can use the formula of a plus b, a minus b, with the b out from the beginning. Next, in the eighth sum, I see brackets and I also see perfect squares 9 and 16. So it looks similar to the fourth sum. So first thing, we shall convert this entire term into a whole squared, and even this will become a whole squared. Open the inner brackets, so that now it's a format of a squared minus b squared. So we can use the formula of a plus b, a minus b. I like to use brackets because they are for free, and this minus sign here means that this inner sign will change. So we remember that if we use the brackets. Then take the like terms together. In the end, if I see minus sign in the beginning of inside a bracket, then we should remove minus 1 out common, so that this becomes a plus 14. Is it necessary to do that? Yes. Why? Because it looks prettier. In the 10th sum, I see that it's a cubic equation. So I feel that there will be 3 factors. There are 4 terms, so let's group them into 2 teams, this and this. Here a squared is common, so what is left is a plus 2. And here minus 1, take it out common, so what is left is a plus 2. The brackets are same, so take it out common, and what is left is a square minus 1. Now this is also a formula because it's actually a squared minus 1 squared, and a square minus b square is a plus b, a minus b. So these are the factors. In the 12th sum, I see nothing common, so we'll have to open the brackets. So on opening the brackets, we get 4 terms. Here I can take a common. If I do that, I'll get a into a minus 1, and if I take b common, I will get b minus 1. So I will reach this step. Then again I can open the brackets and reach this step. So again, I can take out a common here and b common here and reach this step. And I can keep on going this in order to get 0 in exam. Rather, what if I take the first term and the third term together? A squared minus b squared and minus a plus b. Now this is a formula, so let me write here a plus b, a minus b, and here remove minus 1 common, so what is left is a minus b. A minus b, one bracket here and here is common, so take it out common here, and what is left? A plus b is left, so write it here, and minus 1 is left, so write it there. So I got the two factors. Next, the 14 sum has 4 terms, but I see that this is a perfect square, this is a perfect square, and these terms are in fact the square roots of these. So that's a big hint about how we have to solve it. You see, right now 5C exercise, we know we are going to use a square minus b square formula in every sum. But in the exam, when all the exercise sums will come together, how will you know for which sum what formula to apply? Well, you will know instinctively once you practice a lot of sums. So here, I've converted this into a perfect square, and even this one. So this becomes a squared minus b squared. So let me write here a plus b and a minus b for this, and this remains as it is because the bracket is now the same. So take it out common, and what is left is 2a plus 7b, but don't forget to write plus 1 for this. When nothing is left, we have to write plus 1. Often we forget to write it. Mark the 8th sum IMP, 16th sum IMP. Again, there are 4 terms. It's a perfect square, this is a perfect square, but if I solve it like we did the 14th sum, we won't get the answer because this is 2a squared and minus 7b squared, but I'm not getting 2a or 7b with the other 2 terms, so I would be stuck. So this sum is actually, how about taking this team, because this is also perfect square. This looks like a squared plus b squared minus 2ab. That's the formula I think will be applicable here. So let's just jot it down. So this is 2a squared and this is 3 squared. Let me just break it up into the format minus 2ab. Does it give me the middle term? 2 into 2, 4, 4 into 3, 12, 12a minus 12a, yes, it's the same. So this is indeed a formula which is a minus b the whole squared. That's the next step. And this also is a perfect square. So now it is in the format of a squared minus b squared. So the formula again, a new formula now, a plus b, a minus b, and that's the final answer. Now the 18th sum has 6 terms, so we shall segregate them into 2 teams of 3 terms each. I can see that a squared plus b squared plus 2ab is a formula, and c square, d square and 2cd is another formula. By the way, if you put the minus sign out, then inside the bracket all the signs will change. So this becomes a plus b the whole squared minus c plus d the whole squared, and now it is of the format a squared minus b squared. That's a plus b, a minus b. Again, there's a minus here, so if you would have used brackets here, and if you open the brackets, this sign changes. You have to be very careful about signs. If you forget about the minus, then you will get minus marks. Next, the 20th sum is super duper IMP. It's an amazing sum here. First of all, we open the brackets. Distributive multiplication, this 4ab remains as it is, and in the end we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 terms. Well, I wish there were 6 terms. I see this is a perfect square, perfect square, perfect square, perfect square. All of them are perfect squares, but which formula can we apply here? What if I could take this term and this term together as a square and b square plus 2ab, but I don't have 2ab, I have 4ab. What if I could take this term and this term together, a square and b square, and I had 2ab, but I don't have 2ab, I have 4ab. It seems that both the teams need 2ab. So let me split 4ab and write it as plus 2ab plus 2ab, which is nothing but the 4ab. And I will give 2ab to the first group and another 2ab to the second group. So now I have 6 terms and I have 2 teams. Here I can convert this in the format of a squared plus b squared plus 2ab. Minus common, so in the brackets all the signs will change. And again this is in the format of a squared plus b squared minus 2ab. Look here, the sign has changed. So now this is a plus b the whole squared minus a minus b the whole squared. Don't forget the minus sign here. Now this is of the format of a squared minus b squared. So a plus b, this is a and this is b, and a minus b. Look how again the sign has changed because there was a minus sign here. Next, the 22nd sum. I see that this is entirely a square and this is also a perfect square. So let me start with the formula straight away. Here we go. This is entirely a squared and this will become b squared, and a squared minus b squared formula is a plus b, a minus b. But again I see some pattern inside the brackets. I see a formula here. A square plus b square plus 2ab is actually a plus b the whole squared, and 4c squared is nothing but 2c the whole squared. Similarly, in this bracket, I see that a squared plus b squared minus 2ab is actually a formula called a minus b the whole squared, and this becomes 2c the whole squared. So again, there is a new formula that is a squared minus b squared, which is a plus b, and a minus b. Similarly, here also a squared minus b squared is a plus b, a minus b. So in the end I get 4 brackets or factors. Next, the 24th sum. I see that a plus b could have been taken common if I apply a formula here. So there is one method by using the formula, but I prefer a simpler formula, a simpler method rather. I will simply expand this. A plus b the whole squared is a square plus b square plus 2ab. A square and minus a squared cancelled, and b squared plus b square is 2b squared plus 2ab. Remove 2b common and I get b plus a. So if you wish to do this method you can, otherwise I prefer this one. 26th sum is IMP sum. At first sight it looks straightforward. This is a perfect square, so that's a squared, and this is squared, so that's b squared. So if we use the formula, we shall get a plus b, a minus b. Notice how the sign changed out here because there is a minus sign here. Now these looks like quadratic expressions, so we'll have to check if we can split the middle term. So first of all I arrange it into proper order, and now splitting is possible. So 3a was split into 4a and minus 1a because 4 minus 1 is 3, and 4 into minus 1 is minus 4. Similarly here, now usually when you see minus sign inside the bracket in the first term itself, we take out minus 1 common. It's a multiplication here, don't forget that, and all the signs inside change. But just for a change, let me solve it without doing that to show you what is the consequence. We'll get the right answer anyway. So here I'm going to split 3a into 4a and minus 1a once again, because 4 minus 1 is 3 and 4 into minus 1 is minus 4. Yes, because minus 1 into 4 is minus 4. So that's the product I was targeting. So now here take a common. What is left is a plus 4. Here take minus 1 common. So what is left is a plus 4. Here minus a is common, so what is left is a minus 4, and even here minus 1 is common, so what is left is a minus 4. So a plus 4 is common, so take it out common, and what is left is a minus 1 in another bracket. Here my a minus 4 bracket is common, so take it out common, and what is left is minus a minus 1. So I got 4 factors. But in the answer, final answer, we can't leave a minus sign in the first term of a bracket. We'll have to take it out. So it'll become minus 1 out. Remember, it's a multiplication here. And the signs inside will change. It'll become a plus 1. But what do I do with minus 1? I can't just write it in the beginning and be done with it. Rather, let me absorb this minus 1 into one of the brackets. Let me absorb it into this bracket. So when you multiply this with minus 1 which came from this bracket, here the signs will change and it will be flipped into 4 minus a. Or if I would have absorbed this into this one, then I could have written this in the next step as 1 minus a. But I did it for this one, so this is the final answer. If I write the answer like this, a plus 4, let me flip this as 1 minus a, and let me flip this also as a minus 4, and this is a plus 1. This is also the right answer, because if I flip in 2 brackets, the net result is the same, because by flipping it, there is a minus 1 outside. By flipping this, there is a minus 1 outside, and minus 1 into minus 1 is 1, so that disappears. 28th sum is IMP. Now, what we'll do here is, this is a perfect square and this is a perfect square, and we do have a formula of 2x square plus 1 upon 2x square plus 2. This is a formula. A squared plus b squared plus 2ab. By the way, where is that a and b gone? Well, if a is 2x and b is 1 upon 2x, they get cut. So this is still a formula of a plus b the whole squared. But I don't have 2, I have 1 out here. That's okay, just write 2 minus 1. 2 minus 1 is 1, so I'm not actually changing anything. I'm just borrowing this number to make a formula out of it. Yes, this minus 1 will be left behind, but don't worry, because minus 1 is also perfect squared. So once I apply the formula here and it becomes a plus b the whole squared, now it is of the format of a squared minus b squared. That is a plus b, a minus b. We could have never imagined that the answer, the factors would be such when we looked at the question. When we look at a caterpillar, we never thought that it would be a butterfly. Now the 30th sum is something which I call a deadly sum, a fatal sum. This is the sum, of course. So first thing you can see is that b plus c is a common bracket. So take it out common. What is left is a squared minus b plus c the whole squared is left, because out of the cube, one bracket was taken out. So the two pairs of brackets are still left. Now this is of the format of a squared minus b squared, that is a plus b, a minus b. Notice how the sign changed here. That's it.